Although access to the intraday actual data comes with a different licensing schema than access to just the continuous data within Portara subscriptions, I've put together an example of just how easy it is to create actual data, also known as Tenors data, to your requirements. Now, the session manager works exactly the same as it does for the continuous data. In other words, you can chop and change and set your sessions in any way you need to for the continuous and also the actual data too, and when you're happy with that you will save. And the first thing we need to do, even though we are running off actual data, we still need to go through the role manager, and if you are subscribed to the actual Tenors data, you'll notice this continuous combo box here. If we click on this and choose Tenors, another area will open called Extract Tenors to the right. If we just click on that, now drag the box in. Now you can select everything if you wish, or right click and deselect, and we'll just run off a couple of symbols to start with. You set your dates here, and then as soon as you're ready you will run the role manager until it completes. Next we'll open one of the compression managers, and I'll choose to open the intraday. Now if you notice here that everything's in blue on the intraday when we're looking at things from a continuous angle. If we change the output mode to Tenors, everything now goes green, so you now know you're looking at Tenors data. You'll also notice that the pointers have changed and the file pointers have changed in reference to Tenors to make everything sweet. You can choose the sessions here according to your sessions, and just like in the continuous way, you can also change the bar length here. So if you want 5 minutes actual data, you can do that. So everything's exactly the same as what you would imagine in the continuous, however it's acting upon the actual data. So if we now choose ALSI and AP to run, and this time we'll just choose to run between say 2014 and 2016, and we create our actual data. And once that's complete, we close the compression manager. Now using Portara in this way is magical, so let's take a look at the data. We go into Tenors and into our intraday database, 60 minutes. There's the two symbols that we extracted. ALSI's the FTSE on the Johannesburg Exchange, and there's our 60-minute data. We open any generic file and drag that in, and there is your data respecting the session markers you placed in. Let me pull it to the end. Respecting the session markers that you placed in any format that you need. And we'll do one more quick test. We'll go into the intraday and pull this in again. It's simple enough to change that to daily, so now you can have daily regular trading hours, or based on whatever sessions suit you on actual data. The same thing is true, we just create streams. And notice that's reading all the actual data from the role manager output, and then when we're done we close the compression manager, and we can take another look at that data now. And there we see the daily folder, ALSI again, and now this time it's daily based upon whatever your settings are, and that's that. Let's take a look at one more thing, which is the charting of that. Notice there's now a view mode, so you can choose between actual or continuous depending on your subscription. If we go to the actual one, which is set over here, we simply choose daily or intraday. We did go off the intraday database, and we can see the 60 minutes and the daily. If we open the 60 minutes, now we have a choice of any of these or all together, and we chart them in, and you can see the actual data, ALSI 2014M 60 minute, and you can vary these according to what you need. You can print these out with your own symbol mapping on. And lastly, into the daily, and this time we'll open AP. Just take a group of those to open, and there is the Australian 200 hybrid. Okay, thank you.